Well, hello, and good to be with you. I'm here with Andy Pratt. Andy most recently completed Next Level 4, our Next Level Leadership Development Program, and I had an absolute blast getting to know Andy over the course of the last year. We share a few things in common, a love for leadership and a love for fly fishing. I won't tell you which part of him I love more, but they're both really valuable. But Andy works with Bryce Corporation and has been there for 29 years. Andy, thanks so much for being with us today and for taking some time to chat.
Absolutely.
So you have been on quite the leadership journey with Bryce, and Bryce is an extremely successful organization, multi-generational organization. And I think you have such an awesome story and experience. Tell us a little bit about the path to getting to the position you're in today.
Yeah, so I've been with the company for 29 years, as you mentioned.
Started when you were 13.
I started when I was 12. But
okay, sorry.
No, the company itself is about 100 years old. So I've been with them for 29 of that, and I've got to see this company develop and grow. And in Searcy, Arkansas, I've got to see it triple in size since I've been here. So that's been very exciting. And the growth that's happening.
Yeah.
Even today, we're building another facility. I started out at Bryce Corporation at the lowest level in the organization. And over the course of 29 years, I've worked my way up to the top level of the organization. This company is very rewarding for those who will, just come prepared and put forth their best effort.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been a very rewarding company in doing that. And in doing that, I've been afforded or rewarded with some leadership roles throughout the years. And managing the maintenance department here, and then getting into engineering, and then eventually leading the engineering group as well. And now I'm leading all the support groups for the organization, both in Searcy, Arkansas, and Memphis, Tennessee, and also getting a chance to lead some of the operations here in Searcy as well. So it's exciting. It's never a dull moment, and the company always gives us a challenge, and we feel challenged and supported, and it's just a great environment to work within.
For people who don't know, remind us what Bryce does. Tell us about the work that the service Bryce provides.
So Bryce is a flexible packaging company. We provide primarily packaging for the salty snack food market, primarily potato chips, but we also do confectionery items. Pet food treats is a big thing for us. We build the pouches with the zippers and notches with the tears and perforations and all of those things within our facility. Constantly looking for other applications where we can take our expertise to different markets.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we do primarily.
And I had the privilege of touring the facility, and I felt like a kid in a candy store. Like it is absolutely mind blowing. The massive machinery, the precision, the technology, the people. It's hard to get your mind around the sights, the smells, the sounds. There's some strong smells. The chemical,
Smells like money.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it was really fascinating. So some of the biggest brands that you would know and recognize. And, so I find myself too, when I'm in stores now, looking at the back of these potato chips or these bags to see if I see the emblem or logo of the Bryce name. But I mean, you'll see that on a lot of products. And I just was impressed with the amount of energy and time that goes into quality control over these systems delivering, because you're talking about protecting the brand of these companies and organizations. You're representing and delivering that brand and that brand promise. So there's a lot. I mean, just a lot that goes into it. You got safety concerns. I mean, so I just was blown away. How many people are you directly responsible for, and who's kind of under your responsibility?
I've got about 150 people, 150 people that work under my direction, including the manufacturing that we have here. But I've got engineering, maintenance, print technical teams, and print process teams, lamination slitting process teams. Quality control is under my umbrella now, and that happened as of this year. So
congratulations.
For 29 years, and you continually get opportunities to learn new things. I've been spending a lot of time with our quality director, senior director, Tony Goff, who's just has a plethora of knowledge and experience. He's been with our company for over 20 years, and I've learned so much from him since taking over the quality piece of this. So it's been exciting to learn more about his world. That's what I call it. It's always been our world, but he's been guiding us along the path for a long time as far as quality is concerned.
So I'm always curious with people that especially come to within the next level and seeking kind of leadership development. When did you know you wanted to assume more leadership responsibility? Like, was that something you naturally gravitated toward, or found yourself in those positions? Or when did you realize you wanted to grow or serve in that capacity?
I don't know. I can't put a finger on it, but there's just something that I've always desired to take on more. If there's something that needs to be done, I'm willing to do it. I'm not just willing, but I'm anxious to do it. Taking on more responsibility is exciting to me, and almost to a fault. But,
your yes button may be stuck. I don't know.
No, it's not that necessarily. I love a challenge, and I really I like to plug in and to try to help and to help improve and provide support. I heard about Next Level through a colleague of mine, that John Hyatt, who I think the world of. I thought he was a great manager before he went through your leadership classes. So as he was coming to me and telling me his experiences of going through your class and how it helped him develop as a leader, I thought, well, you were already a great leader. So if you found benefit in going through this leadership class, then I know I can too. So that's what led me to taking this leadership class.
Yeah, John is definitely an impressive and experienced leader. Certainly somebody I've grown to admire, and so really have enjoyed getting to know him as well. And we've got a long history with Bryce as well, with several members of y'all's leadership that have participated or we've had the chance to work with. So that has been a real privilege, and to get to see your organization a little more closely and see kind of the heartbeat and the interest and the passion and the purpose of your kind of culture, which is a strong one. But yeah, John is a big part of that. It seems Q, as we affectionately call him. And I know he thinks highly of you as well. So I was really glad when we had the opportunity to bring you into the fold. So I guess as you grew in your kind of leadership capacity or responsibility, what was that journey like? What did you start to discover or learn about yourself in the process of taking on more leadership responsibility?
I found that the challenges in leadership, with the things that are task related, I was really good at. and just knock out of the park. And if we had something that had to be done by a certain time and a certain budget, I was very confident. That's very much my wheelhouse, and I feel very good about that. And leading groups of people to help accomplish those tasks, I felt really good about as well. And it's just something that's kind of developed through the years. But the challenges in taking on more and more and more responsibility, and then all of a sudden you look and you've got 150 people reporting to you, and finding the right balance of leadership and empathy and support for your managers that now report to you, and redefining your success by their success. It's not about the things you can accomplish. It's about the things that they are able to accomplish. And the gratitude that I used to get in completing big projects, installing equipment or building a building, changed into helping someone else develop those capabilities and helping them to build their teams up so that they're able to do even more, and building processes that are repeatable, that stick around, that don't just fall off the table and all of a sudden new people are learning all over again, that we're actually taking our 20 plus years of experience and memorializing it in a process that is repeatable. So those are some of the challenges that I face while balancing a home life, being present for my family, being able to walk away from work when I'm not needed and be present when I am needed, not just in the room. Those are some of the challenges that I met as my leadership changed. I got more responsibility here.
Yeah, those sound pretty consistent with my experience and with the experience of others that we work closely with. It's you described it well. It was the shift from management to leadership, because the management of the execution of things and the accomplishment of tasks and the meeting deadlines, top lines, bottom lines, deadlines, to now the leading, which is in that realm of developing people. It's kind of working in the realm of effectiveness, not efficiency. And that is not an easy switch to flip. That's a really difficult transition to make for a lot of reasons. But sounds like you're making that transition well. So how have you approached kind of reconciling some of those challenges or navigating some of those things?
Well, through the training, through NL4 leadership training, some of the things that I've learned that's really helped me develop as a leader is to compartmentalize the managerial things from leadership, and recognize that I was still trying to be a manager in a lot of cases where I needed to be more of a leader and let my managers manage. And personally, going through the assessments that you guys provided helped me understand my weaknesses, where I needed to grow. There are a lot of things I want to change. I'd love to go back in those scores and scratch out some things.
Right.
But honestly, just understanding who I am as an individual, and how utilitarian. I have a utilitarian type leadership, and just recognizing that helps me to have more empathy for those who aren't that way, and to help develop leaders in a way that's more along the style of our whole company, which is in servant leadership and it's really helped me to understand my own personal weaknesses to become a better leader.
Yeah, and using those, we talk a lot about the your high energy areas. That where you have high energy, where you have low energy, and not if you could change one of those in your trait profile, you would be changing something else. Because we're so often we're comparing ourselves to other people, or we're judging ourselves harshly, that negative self-talk or negative self-narrative, when in reality, the way we're wired is totally sufficient. It's not an inadequacy. Like, you're totally sufficient to do the job and execute it well. But cooperating with those gifts, cooperating with that design, and instead of, trying to drag yourself into a high energy space for something that you just have low energy. We were laughing about my detail orientation before the call, or I was laughing at it. But like, I'll never have a big tank for details. I won't be able to drive long distances on that tank over a period of time. They're going to be short bursts. So being able to cooperate with that to really conserve that energy becomes really vital. And I think, you pointing out the utilitarian side, that part of you that values time and money, or the return on time and money, or the efficiency of it, not everybody feels the same way. So they're going to view it and value it differently and uniquely. And from a leadership standpoint, we got to be able to connect the dots with all of them, not just other utilitarians. So it's really, really good takeaways. I'm glad that was of benefit or value. Yeah. So what else in terms of from your next level experience, what were some of the other maybe aha moments or larger takeaways, things that you may be still wrestling with or trying to apply?
Some of the studies that we did around leadership were the books that we read, even the journey in, when we talk about the journey in, and we're really talking about reflecting on our feelings and attitude for the day. So this daily check-in that we did during our classes, I've incorporated into my day at work. And it's been very helpful just to reflect in the morning, how are you feeling and what do you need? Those two things, it helps to just recognize it. And I find that it makes me, if I'm feeling anxious about something and I've already identified what's causing that anxiousness, throughout the day when people maybe they bring some problems to me, and I feel that anxiety rising, I already know, what the source of it is. So I don't take it out on them. It's just really helped me, I think, become more calm in the storm, so to speak. And when people come to me now with some sense of urgency, like in their world, the building's on fire, I'm able to better take that and break it down into smaller pieces, and I don't overreact. So it's really helped me in that, just kind of understanding myself and the feelings that I'm having, and being aware of that and what I need also, so I can go get those things from someone if it's something that I need from someone. The discussions we've had around, the broader things around the business, such as marketing, and that's something that I feel like we are doing a tremendous job on, but there may be some opportunity within our company, and understanding the importance of that. Some of the things that I've learned through the class and just the financial aspects of the business, I've learned so much about looking at rolling forecasts and things like that to determine where your business is, either on a 3-month rolling forecast or 6-month or 12-month. And it's really helped me and to better understand exactly where we are. Sometimes it feels like, we're really declining when in fact, compared to market base, we're doing really well. So I understanding those ebbs and flows in the market also, and comparing it to where we are as a business, some of the things that this class is enlightening.
That's so good. Yeah, the stories we make up in our head are subjective narrative that we may create. So being able to have some really clear, reliable, objective measures. And I think all of us, I think in this space would carry a couple of things that come up often is a feeling of not being as financially or analytically literate as we feel like we need to be. And so being able to put some framework around that is just incredibly empowering, which is really good. Really glad to hear that was of benefit to you. So if you were to talk to somebody else who might be considering participating in Next Level, what maybe could you elaborate on what they'd expect to get out of it and why they should or should not participate, in your opinion?
I think anyone would benefit from the 360 analysis and getting their peers to comment on how they perceive them. As far as your direct reports are concerned, how you're perceived is how you are. And so you need to realize that, and you need to be in tune with that. And that's one of the benefits that I got from the program.
What did you learn? Was there anything in particular from your, just not to get too personal, but on your 360 that was surprising or revealing for you?
There were a couple of things that were a little bit surprising, but not a whole lot. I knew it, and when I saw it, there wasn't anything I disagreed with. Right, It was just kind of opening my eyes to it and realizing how others perceive me. Actually, in a lot of categories, I rated myself lower,
right,
than what my direct reports rated me and my peers rated me. So that was really encouraging. But we agreed on a lot of the different areas, and then there was some that I was kind of an aha moment. I don't remember exactly what it was, but there were some aha moments in that as well that I was able to kind of work on and bring to the forefront.
Yeah. Definitely a courageous thing to do. Let other people give you feedback on what it's like to be in a relationship with you. And it is interesting, the differences that we see, because it's not uncommon for us to see leaders who may have the perception of under functioning in a lot of areas, when in reality, the way people are experiencing them is very different. So we have a real harsh mechanism at times. It's judging ourselves pretty harshly. So it can be very revealing at times, but it also can be incredibly encouraging to see that how people are experiencing this is more positive than we might have imagined. So that's good.
It's also good to connect with the other people in the class. Sharing your experiences with other leaders that are outside of your industry and realizing that you have a lot of things in common, and a lot of the problems you face are in common, whether you're manufacturing or financial, banking or whatever. We face a lot of the same type issues in our leadership and working with other people and helping develop other people. We face a lot of the same challenges. And that's reassuring, and it's also comforting. And I've built some friendships throughout that experience that I hope will last forever. And really good people, which makes this program so great, is because you've got other leaders that you can talk to. We would have lunch sometimes after the class, and to be able to connect to them on a different level. And just have a broader base of support, if you need it, knowing it's there. It's very.
Yeah. And the recognition, we all need it, because that's what's so the power of having the community of other leaders that know what it's like to lead and carry that responsibility, and knowing that you're not alone, you're not crazy. And yeah, that the issues and challenges are, maybe unique in some dynamic, but and a lot of it's very, very similar. So a lot of I am really grateful the Next Level community for how supportive it is becoming. Definitely a lot of like-minded folks wanting to help draw out the best in each other. So that's been really cool. And you're a big, big contributor to that, which I'm grateful for. Anything else from your experience in the program, or just from a leadership perspective, that you'd want to add or share that you'd want people to know?
I just, the journey in and, versus the journey out, those are two main aspects that we talk about a lot in class. And the journey in is all about dealing with ourselves and our emotions and our leadership characteristics that we discussed earlier. And the journey out, learning more about how to grow your business, learning more about how to manage your business, learning more about what's important to your business versus the market. So it's a very well-rounded course that I benefited a lot from. And I think any leader who might be feeling a little bit of anxiety in their role or how to make it better, if you're a leader that's always looking for a way to be better yourself and to better your team, I think you could benefit from this course.
Thanks, Andy. Really appreciate your time and for taking the time to offer some feedback and encouragement to others. So keep up the good work. Keep crushing it over there in Searcy.
We'll do.
I hope you get to go fishing soon.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, brother.
Thanks, Shad.
Talk soon.